In this video, we're going to learn about the concept of blackbody radiation and use Wien's displacement law to make some calculations with it. So blackbody radiation is related to the electromagnetic spectrum. And so a quick review, this is a diagram of the electromagnetic spectrum. And so electromagnetic waves are classified based on their wavelength. And so long radio waves and microwaves, these have quite long wavelengths. And you see as the wavelengths get shorter, we get into infrared radiation, visible light, UV, X-rays, and gamma rays. And so we classify radiation based on this spectrum. So it turns out that all objects emit electromagnetic radiation. And this is due to the particles vibrating. And when they vibrate, that makes a changing electromagnetic field, which creates electromagnetic radiation that is emitted. We use the concept of a black body to simplify this and to make predictions and calculations. And so a black body is something that absorbs and emits all the wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation. So it turns out if we take a black body that's emitting radiation and we go along and we measure each wavelength, how much radiation is coming out at this wavelength. It turns out we get a graph that looks something like this. So you see there's a very sharp ascent here. So this is like a sharp ascent. There is a peak, and then it slowly tapers off and emits all of these wavelengths. And so this graph could be for an object that is, say, 5,000 Kelvin. So an object that is 5,000 Kelvin is going to emit many different wavelengths of radiation, but it will emit it in different amounts. And that's what this y-axis is measuring. And so we have this value here, where this is what we call the peak wavelength, or lambda max. And so that's the most common wavelength. And we're going to use that later when we're doing calculations. But let's say we have an object that is hotter. It turns out that, say, this object here, this again is our 5,000 Kelvin graph, and then if we graph something that's, say, 6,000 Kelvin, the graph looks like this. And so some key things to note about this is that the 6,000 Kelvin graph is higher everywhere. So it emits more radiation. So the hotter object emits at a higher intensity everywhere. So that's a really important point of this graph. And then you'll notice that the maximum wavelength, the lambda max, is now shorter. So the maximum wavelength is shorter for hot objects. So as the temperature goes up, the maximum, the peak wavelength, goes down. So these are the key things to note from that graph. As the temperature increases, the radiation intensity increases. And that can be explained because as the kinetic energy of the particles, they're vibrating more, they emit more radiation, the higher energy radiation. Also, as the temperature increases, the peak wavelength decreases. So they're inversely proportional to each other. So if we had a number of different objects here, this is what the blackbody radiation graph looks like. And so, this here, that's our original one we talked about being about 5,000 Kelvin. And then this could be 4,000 here, 3,000, and the 2,000 Kelvin object. But as the temperature decreases, the peak wavelength also increases. So they're inversely proportional. Werner Wien noticed this relationship between the maximum wavelength, the peak wavelength, and the temperature. And he came up with the relationship, which is called Wien's displacement law, where we take the maximum, so that's the peak of the graph, and multiply by the temperature, and we get this here, this constant 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3. This is meters times Kelvin. Just be careful, some people confuse that with millikelvin, but this is meters times Kelvin. And we can use Wien's displacement law to make some predictions about objects. So Proxima Centauri is a nearby star and has a surface temperature of 3042 Kelvin. We want to determine the peak wavelength emitted and state the type of electromagnetic radiation. So if we take that law that we saw in the previous section and we apply this and we solve for lambda max, is over 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3 over 3042 Kelvin, we get a maximum wavelength of 9.5 times 10 to the negative 7. If we want to determine what type of radiation this is, we can compare this to this diagram here, which has the categorized electromagnetic radiation. So 9.5 times 10 to the 7, that's 950 nanometers, which we see is greater than the visible light, the red visible light at 700 nanometers. So 950 means being greater. So that means this type of radiation would be peaked in the infrared part of the spectrum, the IR, the infrared. Next question here, the intensity wavelength is shown for object at 2000 Kelvin. We want to sketch the graphs of 1000 and 3000. So the two key points we want to remember is that for hotter objects, the intensity is greater, but the peak wavelength is less. So I'm going to do the 3000 Kelvin object first. We want to make sure the peak is to the left of the peak here. So I see my peak wavelength is here, which is to the left of this one. And the radiation is higher everywhere. So this could be potentially for the 3000 Kelvin. For the 2000 Kelvin object, everywhere it's going to be lower, but the peak wavelength should be more to the right, it should be longer. So this could be potentially for the 1000 Kelvin object. I'm going to determine the peak wavelength radiation emitted by a human. So typically human surface temperature somewhere around 37 degrees Celsius. And we need to convert that into Kelvin, and so that's going to become 310 Kelvin. And if we want to know the peak wavelength, that's going to be the constant divided by 310, and that gives us 9.35 times 10 to the negative 6 meters. And it turns out this part as well, this is well above visible light, and it turns out the average human is emitting radiation in the infrared part of the spectrum. So in summary, black bodies absorb and emit all wavelengths of radiation. As the temperature goes up, the radiation increases. As the temperature increases, the peak wavelength decreases, and they are inversely proportional. So the temperature and peak wavelength are inversely proportional.